Whether you're a new player or seasoned veteran, we've asked ourselves the most important question somewhere in our lifetime. Does size matter? And I don't know. Understanding the tear radius, because that's what we talked about, right? Can drastically improve your gameplay. However, with 36 killers, 121 killer perks, several hundreds of add-ons, the differences and the effects by the tear radius can be quite overwhelming. That's why I dove into the specific topic to give you a quick 6-minute video, the answer to the most important question in our life: does size matter? For starters, what is the tear radius? The tear radius is the heartbeat sound survivors hear when the killer is nearby. It's a key audio cue that indicates the killer's proximity. In short, if survivors hear the sound getting louder, it's their cue the killer is coming closer, which makes them able to respond and run away early to create more distance. Is every tear radius the same? As you guessed it, no. Not only does almost every killer have their own chase music, the size of the radius can vary quite a lot. The most default and generic tear radius is 32 meters big. This radius is on almost every killer. Not too big, not too small, a perfect size for most people. However, there are some killers that have smaller and bigger sizes. A bit smaller in tear radius with a whopping 24 meters, we have Hag, Spirit, Sadako, and even Alien if in crawler mode. One step smaller we have Huntress with 20 meters, another step smaller we have Myers in tier 2 with 60 meters, and we even have another killer with an even smaller tear radius that has 3 different ones. The killer with the smallest tear radius, that's funny enough also the smallest killer, is Victor, with an 80 meter tear radius while running around, 40 meters if attached on a survivor, and 12 meters if being idle. While diving into these tear radius sizes, I generally had no idea Victor has 3 different ones. Just like I did not know Wesker and Legion have something in common as well in regards to their sizes. They both have a 40 meter tear radius if Legion is in Feral Frenzy. Are these two the killers with the biggest tear radius? Well, yes, no, it depends a bit. Before I can answer you that question, we first need to talk about lullabies. Some killers have a lullaby, they act in the same way as a tear radius, giving a cue to survivors, but in a less direct manner. Lullabies can be more disorientating than a tear radius because they provide a broader sense of the killer's proximity. This can lead to survivors making mistakes or hesitating a bit more. The killers with the biggest lullabies are Trix and Huntress, with a 1 meter difference. Why there's a 1 meter difference between two killers? I have no clue. No idea. If you have any idea why Trix's lullaby is 1 meter smaller than the Huntress one, let us know in the comments. Now that we've put everyone's tear radius nicely organized, we are one step closer to answering the question if size matter. But before we can make a final verdict, we have to look at perks and add-ons. Perks. There are a couple of perks that change the size of the killer tear radius. In total there are 4, with Agitation, Distressing, Monitoring Abuse, and Unforeseen. There are also perks that completely remove the tear radius, making you undetectable or survivors oblivious, but since the video is about if size matters, we won't be talking about no size at all. Let's talk about add-ons. There are a couple of add-ons that create fake radiuses or focusing on increasing killer instinct. For the purpose of this video, we won't be diving into those ones as well. After all, we don't like people that are talking about their fake size. Let's start with Deathslinger with 2 add-ons that he has that reduce his tear radius. Then we have Chucky with 2 add-ons that reduces their radius. Vecna having 1 add-on that reduces their radius. We also have Doctor that has 3 add-ons that can increase and even decreases his tear radius if he chooses to use his power. And also Myers can decide if he wants to decrease or increase his size. Last but not least, we have 4 different mixtape add-ons for the Legion. They don't change the size of the radius in any way or form, but I can imagine that a different sound, different music, can experience the size in a different way. To summarize the add-ons and perks. With a bit of creativity, this means the smallest size we can create is on Michael Myers. In tier 2, his tear radius is 60 meters. If we combine that with the add-on the Dead Rabbit, he now has a 12 meter tear radius. And if we combine that with the perk Monitoring Abuse, we can create the tiniest and smallest tear radius size of 4 meters. But this is only while not in chase. The biggest and baddest size we can create is on Doctor. If you play Doctor with his 2 tear radius increase add-ons, combine it with Distressing, Monitoring Abuse, while carrying someone with Agitation, while being in chase, you get a 74.32 meter tear radius. Before we dive into the conclusion, here are some fun facts about the tear radius. Did you know that if you down a survivor and the terror radius doesn't stop immediately, that means that there is another survivor within 12 meters. That only distortion, diversion, scene partner, and stakeout are the only 4 survivor perks that have a connection with the terror radius of the killers. If survivors are on hook for the first time, they will be hearing the terror radius. If survivors are on hook for the second time, they won't be able to hear the terror radius. And if you're having a hard time going against killers with a lullaby, turn on the heartbeat indicator to get a better understanding how close the killer is. Conclusion: understanding all the different sizes, the variety of perks and add-ons, I think we can finally answer the most intriguing, the most important, and the most difficult question in human existence. Does size matter? My answer, and I hope your answer as well after watching this video, is not about the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean. If you think this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. And let us know in the comments if you think size matters. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the fog.